Howdy there, folks. Text the Black Pants Legion here, and we are going to resume Xenonauts. As you may remember last time, the Soviet Onion decided that it didn't want to be our friend anymore. It canceled friendship with Team Cool Guys with anti-UFO guns, and instead pursued a friendship with Suck. So that's their problem, and not mine, because we're cool, and they're not. So, yeah. Stupid Soviets thinking they're all better than us. We're better than them. We have stuff. Yeah, how's that? We blew up a UFO. Well, we've blown up more than a UFO. So it's January 1980. I can only imagine how fucked the world would be after this. I really, really think the world would be in a very bad spot after all this. I think that the world would be in a challenging and challenged place. You would have things never be the same. And I think it's because humanity is, of course, the apex predator on this planet. Humanity does not share very well, and humanity is very much an emulative creature when it comes down to what we perceive as real and possible, and what we know is real and possible. So one of the things that humanity loves doing is we will look at something that naturally occurs in the world around us and know from that moment onward that that is possible. So we will see something like fire in the wild, naturally occurring fire, as a result of lightning or a static discharge or, all sorts of things. We will see this out in the wild, and we will go, well, that's neat. How do I make that happen? So if we see a UFO, and we know that it's possible to fly in that manner, throwing everything we supposedly know out the window, we are naturally going to fuck with it. We are going to do so many things that we will break these aliens very, very quickly. Now, they have no hope, and I do mean no hope of stopping us, because humanity is insane. Humanity learns very, very quickly how to break stuff. We're really good at it. We are exceptionally good at it. You do not get this far on the human food chain without being exceptionally good at breaking things. You do not rise to apex predator without being very, very good at breaking things. And that's what humanity is. We love to jailbreak shit. We love to take things apart. We love to figure out how they work. And so you're going to see very, very quickly a humanity arise that not only has figured out how these alien weapons work, but has mastered them and made them ours in our own way, and has absolutely just abused what the aliens thought was their technology, their fire from the gods. We love doing things that are dangerous. We love splitting the atom. We love pursuing our own destruction. So I think that it says something that humanity's biggest threat is humanity itself. And I don't think these aliens would do very well long-term versus humanity. I think the aliens would be pretty boned, to be honest. I would feel badly for them, briefly, before declaring war on them again. But the whole thing is that if they have to come down here to fight us, they're in for a very bad time. However, as we discussed on the podcast, that's not going to happen. I think aliens would have no problem just sitting up at the top of the gravity well and being like, you lose, and beating the shit out of us just because they can. All right, I'm going to send out the 2 Foxtrots. Our health is a little low in the Western Hemisphere, which is unfortunate. But this happens when you are fighting like a mad bastard. I can only do so much. Now I'm going to double check and make sure everyone is equipped with armor. I'm going to slowly start getting rid of the Rocketeer people. Let's see, what is it? Change role. Sniper? Yeah, all right. You're going to be a sniper now. Good enough. And I'm going to set equipment as default. Rifleman, good. Rocketeer, yeah. Equip default equipment, and let's add armor to that mix. Yeah, good enough. All right, let's see. Rifleman, equip default equipment. Rifleman, equip default equipment. Sniper, equip default equipment. See, now we all have the fancy armor. And I know these helmets look ridiculous, but I mean, this is the future. Then again, I think a lot of helmets are ridiculous these days. There's a whole really goofy trend where people think that very high-cut helmets that, don't protect your brain meat are better. They'll say, think about how great this helmet is because of, it's lighter. And I'm like, right, that's what you want. You want less helmet because traumatic brain injury is the way to go. And there's people who honestly believe that. They honestly think that, less helmet is better. And I'm like, look, mobility is good. Mobility is really important, but it shouldn't be the only thing you have. There are a lot of people who have all sorts of arguments when it comes down to military equipment. I know there's a lot of people who think that, wearing just a plate carrier is smarter. Oh shit, I need to engage and then run because this is the heavy fighter, which means, all right, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Because the heavy fighter is like the alien P-38, and we're not going to do well. But, yeah, you'll find a lot of people who think that just plate carriers are the way to go. And I'm like, plate carriers only work if you, get shot right in the plates. And even then, maybe not. So, maybe a little bit of extra armor is warranted, just in case, just as a consideration. Some people don't feel that way. Some people feel that you need to have the greatest of everything. All right, we're going to try to build some more Corsairs because they're cool. Some people think that high speed, low drag is the way to go. Now, I will say that certainly there are scenarios in which you do want to wear less armor and be more mobile because speed and stealth is very important, but I would say that every engagement is different, and carrying more ammo and more water and more supplies than the other guy is probably a good idea. So when it comes down to tactical drip, which a lot of people seem to obsess over, you will find that a lot of folks have this very interesting Instagram operator view of the world where they perceive, the highest truth, the greatest virtue to be that which looks the coolest. But I will say that less helmet is not good. Less protection is not good. It's a trade-off. It's kind of like having less armor in a ship in an all-or-nothing armor scheme. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily better, but a change of law of averages in terms of considering possible outcomes. You're going to say that, yes, there is technically less armor, but there's more armor where it matters, which also trades off to higher speed and longer range. So there are trade-offs for other benefits. Does this mean it's a superior armor scheme? Not for the guy in the ship, but for the doctrine of the Navy, yes, because you can build ships faster, and it's a bit easier to suggest that only certain systems on the ship are critical. Manpower you can get more of, but, very complex engines take a while to build. And ammo detonations remove the whole vessel from the strategic deck, so there's always a trade-off in this stuff. I know that a lot of people, again, follow this kind of operator foo, where that which is said to be tactical is best. And that's fine. There's going to be a lot of different opinions, but if you want to see that which is considered highbrow tactical and the very, very drippiest of the drip in terms of operators, and you think that all of these opinions that people have these days are going to last forever, I invite you to look back on just the 1980s, where you find SWAT teams are doing the chicken wing thing when it comes to carrying rifles and shotguns. You will find lasers attached to the top of revolvers that are larger than the revolvers. You will find all sorts of crazy things out there that we know damn well today are ridiculous. And then you have to ask yourself, in the future, what will we look back on today and go, damn, that was ridiculous? There's some things that are everlasting wisdom. More protection is better than less protection. But keep in mind, a lot of this drip stuff is trade-offs. What do you gain? What do you wager? What do you lose? Also, excellent. We now have all of our plasma batteries up, and we have only 3 Corsairs. We have a shortage of alinium, which is halting our progress here a bit, which is fine, because we are selling our excess armor to try to keep ahead of all of our other problems, which will be numerous and terrifying. Center time on UFO. Yep. Okay, so they're attacking America again. So I'm going to send out some Corsairs and knock these fuckers out of the sky. And please don't consider just my opinion, by the way, as a, be-all, end-all. I don't know all the things in the world. I only know my observation, which I can say is things change. Shit changes. Shit changes frequently. It is frequent that things change and are different for different reasons. Okay, we're going to run away because that's a heavy fighter. Yeah. Time to leave. Mention that as part of Top Gun. Remember that part in Top Gun where the good guys just left? I'm going to get rid of the Foxtrots out here, and I'm probably going to just replace them with the Super F-16s, because they typically are better at dogfighting. The Foxtrots are fantastic at knocking down the bigger stuff that can't maneuver so well. But I'm trying to make sure that I win more than I lose. And I'm going to just keep bombing the crap out of the aliens because I don't want them to get a foothold anywhere. I want them to all die. So we're going to replace some of the stuff here at Fun in the Sun, which is our main factory, with more jets. And we're going to make them... okay. Yep, they're having a problem, the aliens. They're like, how do I get Earth to stop being this way? And I'm like, you can. We are a really belligerent species. All right, what if I send 3 Foxtrots up and we just... Oh, yeah, he left. He was like, nope, not gonna do it. All right, we are learning how to do Skyans. Come on, aliens. Okay, we have some financial issues because we've made an ocean of armor. Watch this. Now we have all the money. The military-industrial complex. All right, so I'm going to build 2 more bases, where I'm going to build 1 more base here so I can put up more planes. I'm going to put this, yep. The fallback plan. This is going to be the one that's full of, this is going to be the one that's just full of planes. It doesn't have any radar, because I'm going to use the other base's radar, and I'm going to do my best to just shoot these a-holes down. Just get bent. I also need to go raid an alien UFO or something, because my team has been recovering for a bit, but I don't want them to get, stagnant. I'm going to tell them to tail it till it's over land. I'm going to send out the other Foxtrot, and I'm going to keep sending out planes. We're just going to task all these air groups to chase the enemy. Superb. Everything's fine, except for I don't have a great intercept. Oof, that's not good. Oh, yeah, that's because it's a lone foxtrot. All right, so you guys crash site airstrike because we're not going to let this fall into enemy hands at all. Excellent. We made a mini tank. Isn't that fun? Something like the Weasel would probably be a really great weapon to use against the aliens. Can't think of anything that takes 20mm Hispano very well. You know, they're going to just be like, ow, my feels. It just, yeah, flak is going to be the way we fight Alamaus. You know, I mean, wouldn't you? Okay, crash site. We're going to intercept this with Fireteam Whiskey. And you guys, Squadron 1, engage-tailed UFO. I'm just going to shoot him down now so he doesn't double back and fuck with us. I'm going to send another Foxtrot to chase him. We're just going to shoot down as much crap as possible and make it all dead as best we can. And this new base is going to help me do stuff. I'm not going to intercept anything in the rest of the world because that's how you die in this game. And let's see. Let's engage. Fireteam Whiskey on the ground. So it's been a bit since we've done a ground mission. And I think that this may be a problem. I think that we may end up dying for this because things advance on the aliens' timetable. So if you don't have a fight with them for a month or two, it's a rude awakening. You better be able to come out swinging. All right. This is the edge of the map. So all right, let's double check. Make sure nobody's hiding behind us. Good. Let's send the Xenonauts out. Xenonauts. A game of Xeno. I do like the idea of having something like Terra Invicta for the over campaign, and then good old micro map battles like this for your actual operation. So, you know, make decisions and then play out your tactical move. Sounds like the aliens are doing what they do, which is subtracting from the local population. Also, it looks like we have a power substation up here, which is going to be a problem because they're probably in there just waiting to kill the shit out of me, which is normal. So that's why we're taking the elephant gun. And we're going to just take some of our boys and just run up like crazy. And I'm hoping that we will not be into... Oh, wow, yes. Cover. Yeah, all right. I know that this is not tactical, advancing under the cover of noon, and then, you know, hoping for the best. But is what I got. I'm just going to hope to keep a watch, because the Alamaus could be anywhere. And I want to be ready. It is not the edge of the map. So I may run some guys over there to take a look-see. Ah, there's the UFO. I'm going to run my team up to that UFO. And I'm going to have some people over here watching from a different angle, just in case shit goes down. Because they could have a guy up on the second floor of this. They could have all sorts of fucked up shit. It's the Alamaus. They do this. They're bastards. So you have to be careful. And I have armor. So I do genuinely care that these guys live. At least the armor does. But when it comes down to armor and weapons load, you know, there is an appropriate tool and an amount of tool for every operation. I think that there's a lot of overstated stuff on what's tactical, what's the drippiest of the drip. And you'll find that humble tools and lots of training goes a lot farther than super optimal tools and no training. Ah, yes, Elephant Gun has spoken. There's a lot of people out there who think you can buy the equivalent of training, and no, you cannot. You need to train on your equipment, whatever it is. But humble equipment and training goes a long, long way. When I have people who write to me and ask me, in a gunsmith's opinion, what do you think is the best for XYZ, ABC, whatever? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, that guy just ran around the corner. Well, he was running along the wall, which is fine because I can remove the wall. And had I not had that armor, that guy would be dead. That guy would be very dead. Just like the alien is. But when it comes down to best stuff, 9 times out of 10, I will say, go find a gun that fits your hand and your wallet, and then use it and train with it. Find the most humble, simple thing, use it as it comes. The only thing I recommend that anyone modify is perhaps the grip to make sure it more securely fits your hand. Or, adjustment of length of pull on a rifle, something very simple and humble. And do not fall prey to this is the best for XYZ as sold by a salesman. Salesman's job is to sell you things, not to make you better in any way, but to make you believe that spending money will help you become better, and that's never been true. You just need to spend some time. I've told somebody that if you buy a basic used Glock, like a police trade-in, go get a basic used Glock, a police trade-in. If you're worried about it being worn, replace all the springs yourself. It's not that hard. These things are very easy to work on. And then go train. Go train your ass off. Spend the rest on ammunition. I had somebody who wrote me and said they had $2,000 with which to, consider self-defense stuff. And I said, okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go spend like $400 on a gun. You're going to go spend $1,000 on ammo. And then you're going to spend the rest on an instructor. And they did that. And they are running their first IPSC thing now. I'm not saying that that's going to be a universal case or that I'm all wise and all knowing when it comes down to firearms. But I would say that the ability to learn is your best asset in the world of gun stuff. Again, do not believe a salesman when it comes time to purchase anything. Follow some sane advice. You can spend less money and still get a lot out of it. You don't need the best and the best and the best. You just need good enough. Now, I'm a weirdo because I'm a huge revolver fan. I own probably more than anything else in my collection is revolvers. I used to at one point own about 80 rifles, plus the machine gun, plus a number of shotguns, plus, God, it was a list. I am not proud of how big the collection got. A lot of them I acquired in trade. Because as a gunsmith, when people can't pay for stuff, they'll just say, I'll trade you, a frame for this and an incomplete that and a receiver for this. And, if you'll do this work for me. And I'd say yes. And then over time, you realize you have a gaggle fuck of equipment, which is a lot. That is a lot of stuff. And so I've been paring it down slowly because I want everything to fit in one safe, and then I can have a very secure safe, and I don't have to worry about locking 20 different things, but just one thing. Keep it fairly simple. However, you don't need to fear somebody who has, 80 rifles. You need to fear the guy who has just one and practices. Practice is everything. If all you got is a 22, but you shoot every day, you're probably a lot more prepared for whatever comes your way than somebody who has 80 rifles and can't afford to shoot any of them because they have to buy 80,000 different calibers. And I'm not shitting on anyone who has vast and interesting collections. Collections are a fascinating thing. One moment, fire in the hole. Okay. Come on. All right. You missed the door. We're going to try that again, but with more feeling. And I'm probably gonna just do this with a rifle, actually. There we go. Looks like I can't see anything in there, which is a problem. So, I don't like the fact I can't see anything in there at all. So we're gonna just wait a second, wait for alien fire to start flying out of this thing, which it will. Now, in Xenonauts, always make sure you look around you every so often. Always. And I'm gonna just put a rocket in there just to make me feel better. That's how I knock. I let the aliens know. Knock, knock. But yeah, I'm not trying to shit on anybody who has a vast collection of stuff. Collections are more a statement of the person. They reflect the person's likes and interests. So if someone has a really interesting collection of, say, yarn, that says a lot about them. It says a lot about their want and interest in collecting things. But if someone has way too many guns to shoot and they're all in poor maintenance, it's time to get fewer guns. But I'm a weirdo. I know a lot of people find my view on firearms perhaps to be archaic. You know, I like revolvers. Yes, I know revolvers can break. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, you get a revolver, it'll never bust up on you. Yes, they can. My greatest experience in gunsmithing is with revolvers. I know revolvers can break. I've broken them before. In fact, when a revolver goes bad, it's catastrophically bad. They're not easy to fix at all. That guy's hiding behind the engine. Fuck. Actually, wait, that's not a problem for me, because I have Mr. Gas. So I will send him up there, and I'm going to take aim and wait. Oh, shit, he's running around. Oh, yep, see, that's why you wear the armor. But you have to worry, this armor does only so much. Only so much. So here's what we're going to do, is we're going to throw this electroshock grenade. Can I? No, he's suppressed. Are you suppressed? No, you're not. Yeah, all right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to just shoot that wall. Okay, we got another bad guy back here. We have this dude here. You know what? Okay, we're not going to get an engine out of this. And notice that didn't kill that guy. That guy's wearing the good armor. It did not kill him, which is alarming. So I now need to run over here, and I need to blast him. And then I need to try to blast him, which I did not. Now I need to... Oh, God, this is going to get bad, because he's going to shoot back or throw a grenade, and he could kill someone next turn easily. So I'm going to need to run Brick Hard Meat in here. And, yeah, Flint Iron Stag. Oh, God, who does he see? He sees that guy on the upper level, but he can't do anything to him. I don't know how, but I think that's a glitch. Or we're going to run in and hope they don't throw a grenade. Please don't throw a grenade, Mr. A. Lamau. Please be alarmed that you just survived a... Ah, yes. Punch Rock Groin has panicked. That's not so good. But yeah, when it comes down to tactical stuff, there's a lot of thought out there. And every so often, people will come out and say, this is the best and greatest, and this is the drippiest drip there is, and this is what you need, and this is the best, and that's the worst, and don't look at this, don't buy this, buy that, and you'll find a lot of that. And I hate to say it, but a lot of it is just salesmanship. People trying to say the latest and greatest is always the bestest. Sometimes it is, but it typically takes time for these things to be proven right or wrong. It's the same thing in car advertisements. People say, the new so-and-so is the best version of the so-and-so. And it's like, yeah, you have to say that because you don't want someone to buy the old one again or hold on to it. You want people to trade out the old and have the new and only use the new. That's typically what you want in advertising. You want people to buy the latest and greatest product. And you want them to buy your brand. You don't want somebody to just hold on to the same old thing for 20, 30 years. Oh, God. Well, Brick Hard Meat's dead. That alien just Teleported down like a bastard. To point blank a man. What a monster. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go up there, and I'm just going to fuck this guy up. All right, that didn't do anything. It's going to take 47 time units. So I'll have 56 at that point, and then I'll throw another one. Yep, you are stunned. I'm going to do my best to stun all these, or some of these bastards, and hopefully gas a few more so I can get some more, captives. But yeah, you don't have to buy all the fancy new stuff. You don't need to. Great example of this. Oh, wow. He just got elephant gunned as he came downstairs. That's not so good. Also, what happens to a teleporter when you're standing on the pad and there's a corpse there and you need to beam up? Is it beam part of the body with you? Is there just a body that shows up, or how's this work? It's really an alarming moment. But yeah, one of the things that I don't understand when it comes down to gun stuff is I see people who do this all the time, which is they will take pictures of what they have in their pockets for everyday carry and then share them with strangers. They will take pictures of the items they intend to conceal on their person to defend them against strangers. They will take pictures of these items and then they will show them to strangers, complete strangers. And when I see that, I see someone who's being very bold because they're presuming that the other person who's watching them is not a bad actor. It may not be one of these people from whom they may be defending themselves against. They presume that, oh God, I just gassed myself. Well done, me. They presume that, the person that they are showing their things to are not going to be the bad guys. Okay. Yep. Buff Drinklots is dead. Maybe. We don't know yet. I will now retaliate. Bazooka. All right. And then I will reload with the gas. Well, he threw a grenade and I used an elephant gun, so I think we're fair in that trade. Horribly wounded. Horribly wounded, but I mean, we got there, and we didn't kill the whole team. We just killed a lot of them. Good Lord. But yeah, alien grenades are no joke. But I do not understand this idea of operator drip culture. I do not understand the idea of trying to compare, perhaps for machismo reasons, how tough you are at any given moment, how, prepared you are to take a human life. I don't think that anyone can be adequately prepared for that. And I also don't think that flexing on strangers is a smart idea when it comes down to the propriety of self-defense. I think that is kind of silly. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. Perhaps I am. I'm going to shoot a bazooka in the corner because, okay, you know what? We're just going to sit here and pretend that didn't happen. It'll be okay. I'm just going to walk over here very quietly. I'm going to run over here and sharply look in the corner. No Alamaus. Looks like we cleaned out the UFO. Mostly. There's probably one hiding somewhere on the map waiting to ambush me. Ah, yes. So Brick Hard Meat died, and everyone else got revived, which is good. Ah, yes. Alien armor plating. New protective equipment. We could study this. Yes. Ah, yes, the aliens are going to start building bases, which is very annoying, going in there and playing Doom Guy. This is going to be difficult. Not impossible, mind you, just difficult. Also, it will be entirely possible for us to go bankrupt because I'm running way too many bases. But that's okay. I'm going to build another base that's a factory and also an air defense hub. And I'm just going to do my best to blitz the aliens as they blitz me. I'm going to go out of my way to just beat the shit out of the aliens just as much as they beat the shit out of me. I'm just going to be like, nope, not today. Not today, Lamouse. Aha. Next alien attacks, eh? Let's send out our Foxtrots. Uh-huh. Yep, little scout UFO. I don't think so. Not today. We're going to send up 2 more. I may need to build second bases. Second base in America as well. Okay, it looks like a nice big squadron of them, so I'm going to send up 3. And then I'm going to just knock these fuckers out of the sky. This crash site here? Well, guess what? I'm going to send Fireteam Whiskey. Because that is in my backyard, and I can get him. And I'm going to continue to just knock these aliens down. Yeah, see, the F-16 on crack does a lot better versus the alien fighters. See, they just launched a heavy fighter and almost took out my helicopter there. Almost. The enemy is very, very smart, and they will absolutely wreck your shit if you let them. They will wreck your shit if you let them. Do not invite that. All right, it's a night mission. Looks like Farmer Jed is out. He's ready to do his pruning, as it were. I'm gonna get behind this rock here, and I'm gonna take a knee. And I'm gonna slowly spill out in various directions, and hope, as best I can, to have brought enough firepower to solve this problem. Music already doing its job to spook the hell out of me. I'm fairly spooked. This is one of the tracks that always makes me feel like I'm going to die. Which I might. We shall see. Right, let's all just take a knee. And see what happens. I detect Reapers in my head. That is what I think we have. All right, we're going to do our best here and make sure that we actually have coverage in all directions. All right. We got flares. Up. Yes. That's why you always throw flares. I've been saying this for probably a decade. Always throw flares. Yes. Excellent. Get out. Yep. Oh, that farmer's like, good God, these guys are worse than the aliens. I'm like, no, I'm not. Maybe. I don't know. Look, we're going to just keep throwing flares. Always make sure you guys are turned in different directions. Do not let them sneak up on you. Make sure that you're using those vision cones. I've had a whole team die on one of these because I had one guy that was not watching one direction. And the aliens ran right through it. If you give these fuckers an opening, they will abuse it. Ah, yes. Corn or wheat. I know what to do with this. Thick make run fast. Yeah. Now we let that whole Promethean thing play out as we wait. Aliens in my wheat field? I don't think so. So I had an idea for a what-if game. Imagine, if you will, a game that had an overmap, Terra Invicta style. And when it went down to the tactical aspects, you planned a mission with your friends, and you had, I would say, at most, a platoon worth of resources. A whole platoon worth of resources. This is your whole Delta company, and you've got all the guys. And so, since it is your game, you're the one, in charge, you get to run the mission from basically a C-130 flying around, Metal Gear Solid style, doing it like Snake Eater. And your friends are on the ground as the team, and they play it in a first-person shooter. So you get to see things through their helmets and what they're doing, and you have a certain amount of time to execute the mission. Because after a certain amount of time, locals will show up, or the military is going to cordon it off to begin covering shit up or preventing shit from leaving. Or perhaps you have a unfriendly territory that you're doing this in, and you need to make sure that shit's handled. I think that's a pretty cool idea for a game. Now, I don't have a lot of money in this world. I've been a bit overly generous, because I have really come to appreciate the fact that you're lucky to have what you have. Oh God, getting shot at. But yeah, you're lucky to have what you got, and you could lose it all at any given moment, for any or no reason, and through no fault of your own. Sometimes, life is very unfair, and that's okay. I'm not complaining. I think that I just accept it, and that's why I try to push so hard to, do charity and be mindful that life isn't always fair, and you got to help people out where you can and do the best you can, obviously. Well, for as many people as possible. The one thing I find out, though, is I'm really not great at that whole, self-preservation thing. If you put all the days I took off work for personal reasons in the last decade, you might have a baby's handful of days. I typically do indeed work too much. But, that being said, I'm trying to improve and correct this balance. And I have a lot of friends and a fan base that seems to want to try to push me toward correcting that balance and being better to myself. So, I thank you guys for trying to help preserve me against my own nature, which is frequently to work myself to the point of exhaustion and then give everything I have to others. You can say fairly safely that I don't think very much of myself. As I said in the Wheel Guns and Modding video, which is still one of my favorite videos. I know it wasn't, a big hit or anything, but I did talk about some personal subjects, and I do unfortunately have incurable depression, which is chronic, lifelong, and does make things fairly miserable. That being said, I don't want anyone to feel bad for me. I just want you to understand why I look at the world the way I do. And being unable to be happy for my own sake, I try to let other people enjoy that happiness that I am denied. And I think that's reasonable, perhaps even altruistic. To try to do better for other people than you've had done to you. Oh God, this guy took in a whole huge snoot full of gas and he won't go down. So I had to shoot him like 8 times. Still shot my dude again, so good goddamn. I'm gonna have to run in there and just pump this place full of gas, because these dudes regenerate a lot. And when you're later fighting their boss that is turbo huge and is like a Battletoads boss bad guy, you're gonna be in for a bad time. They take so much fucking damage and they get all their health back. Oh yes, he succumbed through the gas, which is, whew, thought I was gonna go in there and lose people. So we're getting some kills, we're getting some promotions, which is good. And I need to do that before I bring new people in, the next wave, as it were. All right. Excellent. Let's see where we are. We are stuck because we do not have enough material to build another Corsair. We need 2 more Alinium in order to pull this engineering marvel off. Oh, 69. Nice. But yeah, I'm a weird guy. But thank you guys for tuning in and checking it out. The weirdness in the video, of course. Yes, fallback plan is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a hangar, rotate, hangar, oh shit, not yet, rotate there, right, and there, and there, and there, and then rotate again, there. And once those are done, I'll put in air defenses and workshops and make this a factory that also just has a shit ton of fighters, and then I will invite the enemy to politely fuck off. Also, I think that if they had to come down here to fuck with us, they would lose. Humanity is very good in its native environment. If they have to come all the way down here to conquer us or whatever, they're going to have a really bad day. Humanity is like a pit bull on meth when it comes down to that home field advantage. All right, let's send all 3 Corsairs because that's got fighter escorts. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Got to send up 2 to take him down. Oh, yeah, I got a scout there. Nothing to shoot him down, so I'm going to need another base. Build new base, and I'm going to put this one in, yes, Salvador Dali, because it's in Salvador. Well, it's near San Salvador. Don't worry about it. I think it'll be fine. It'll be all right. So let's send up fighters like crazy and hope that the enemy air traffic controllers are not equipped for this level of madness. I mean, they're gonna try. They're gonna try to. Yes, I got 1 Alinium there, which is good. Yeah, see, he was gonna go bomb stuff, and now I got enough Alinium to make another Corsair. Excellent. And then I airstrike that. And then I go after that guy. Gotta wait until my dudes get back to base. Knocking that guy down. So you can see I'm slowly starting to bring these nations into my sphere of influence. Now I'm going to say this. If these dudes out here don't act cool with me, I'm going to absolutely cut them off. I'm going to be like, no more Earth. No more Earth. Not for you. You can enjoy whatever alien fun stuff they promised you, but you're dead to me. And they'll be like, but and I'll be like, fuck you. No more Earth for you. All right, we're gonna do 1 more raid for this month. Yeah, we're gonna do our best to just absolutely attrition the shit out of the aliens. But I like the idea of building layered games. If I had all the money in the world, which if any of you out there listening are fantastically, that wasn't good. But if any of you out there are fantastically wealthy or suddenly come into wealth, don't give it to me. Do not give it to a YouTuber or a content creator. Don't do that. Because believe me, it's sudden money, sudden fame. They're not good. Sudden money and sudden fame are very dangerous. And I fear them because I've seen what sudden money does to people. Go look at what they call the lottery effect. When somebody suddenly comes into more money than they've ever seen in their life, it generally does not make their life better. It makes their life a lot worse. They abandon a lot of who they are, or they try to suddenly catch up on a lot of things because they feel that, my golden ticket is now, and they typically lose a lot of their money, if not their sanity, in the process. So, again, if any of you are fantastically wealthy, I am not the guy to spend your money well. But, as a hypothetical, if I had the resources. If I had, let's say, $1 million a year, which for game development is not a lot of budget, really. If I had $1 million a year, oh, fuck yeah. Blew that guy's head off. That's not what I do. Don't take what I say out of context, just out of context. But if I had all the money in the world, one of the things I would do is I would just start making these games I'm talking about. Hell, if I had a game studio budget of $500,000 a year, I'd task a team to it. Wouldn't need all the money in the world, but I would certainly pursue some of these game ideas. I would love to have something like Carrier Command, but not in an era of UAVs and carrier operations, but instead in an era of gunboats. Steam and iron, Victorian stuff, patrolling, definitely Sunless Sea, but able to play with like 10 or 15 of your friends, sending Marines ashore and doing all sorts of crazy shenanigans. That's a miss. That's not. Get fucked. Get fucked, you little alien weirdo. Alright, we're gonna just sit here with our dudes and our ladies, and we're gonna sit here with our rifles and do what we do, which is hopefully live. I'm gonna make sure that we've got our people doing their things. Now, what do I say? Always throw what? Flares. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Molly is one of my friends. She's been supporting the channel for a long time. Excellent shit poster. Fine taste in guns. We disagree on beverages, though. They like gin and tonic, and I think gin tastes like gas. We're gonna throw flares everywhere. But when it comes down to like games, there's a lot of stuff that I like in games that I think a lot of game devs don't, because they try to pursue graphic fidelity or say we've built the biggest or best or, continuously randomly generated universes and progressive blah, 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 blah. And it just, oh, fuck yeah, firing line. I find a lot of stuff that game developers do very boring, trying to reinvent the wheel. Not saying that you don't need sequels. A lot of games do deserve good sequels, Homeworld and Company of Heroes and a lot of strategy games. I'm excited for Homeworld 3. However, I'm recording this in January of 2024, so we have no idea if that's going to turn out good by the time this airs. I hope that it's good. I know I come across as very cynical, but oh god. Punt. They shot at you, so we're going to throw that grenade right back. And they're going to shoot us again. Well, guess what? I'm gonna throw a stun grenade, and you're going to... Okay, maybe that was... Does our goofy gas burn? Is it incendiary? I think we fucked up, but it's okay. We're just gonna hope all is well, right? Okay, the aliens are gonna get a turn, definitely. This guy can't shoot because he just watched his boss explode, which is pretty traumatic as far as events go in the workplace, watching your boss literally just explode. So we're gonna try to kill this guy for one. But I'm gonna just chuck a gas in here. Okay, and we poison ourselves a little bit, which is okay. That's what I expect of the Xenonauts team / fan club. And we're just gonna keep chucking gas in there, because this is hilarious. So, yep, he fell down. That's good. I'm gonna throw that in there. Good throw. And we're going to make a firing line. Is this dumb? Yep. See, that's why you make a firing line. Yup. Yup. Well, so much for taking him alive. Or them. Well, so much for that. I mean, I was hoping to get some of these guys alive. Apparently not. because they can't help themselves with their elephant guns. It'd be nice if you could shoot to wound them, like shoot their legs out or something. But hey, we did good. We did really good. And Molly got promoted, as did Baron von Muffin Weird, but it just is Muffin Bear, which sounds like something that would be dangerous at like a national park. They're like, watch out for Baron von Muffin Bear. And they have like a picture of him. And you're like, what's the story with that? And you're like, he'll kill you for muffins. He's like Cocaine Bear, but for muffins. All right. And let's see how broke we are. Excellent. Excellent. It's 30 January. And so I need to sell this shit because we're about to go horribly broke. We will go very, very broke soon. This is going to be bad. Now we have a surplus of funds, but not for long. Please finish the fucking Interceptor. Actually, wait a second. Yeah. Why do we only have 4 Elenium now? Are you finishing it? Oh, yeah, they are. Thank God. I thought they were just like disappearing it, Okay, cool. They're complete with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this factory, which is a really big factory, back into making armor, which is what it should be doing. We need to make that armor to make that graft. And then we have to build out these bases to continue the graft. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. But we're going to defend Earth with good old-fashioned military-industrial complex know-how. Excellent. So now we have it frozen. It is the 1st of February. And we're going to begin working on our new base. And then that'll be it for this episode. So I just want you guys to know, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I do appreciate you guys giving a shit about a weird channel like mine. I appreciate you guys coming out and caring, because you do have a choice in how you spend your time and money in this world. You do have a chance of making any other selection you wish. There is an ocean of content creators out there, all vying for your precious time, which is perhaps, I would say, the most important of resources. So thank you guys for sharing yours with mine. And I hope you guys have a very safe day and take care of each other, because the world is crazy, but you don't have to be.
Let's be xenophobic, it's really in this year. Let's find the nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. floating home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learn in Rome. We know we ought to hate them, they're different, you see. We've seen them mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's gotta be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. See, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us, unless we get you first.